I'm Jenny Blackwood, a small-town mom of four who refused to settle for a life that didn't light me up. When everything felt uncertain, I didn't run back to a 9-to-5. I bet on myself. I took a simple idea and turned it into an almost 7-figure business my first year, all while being a mom first. Now I'm here to help you trust your own power, chase the dream that keeps tapping your shoulder, and build a life that feels like you. This is Girl, Why Not You? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another truly life-changing episode of Girl, Why Not You? I'm afraid you guys are going to all think that I've lost my mind today. Yes, I am channeling my inner Moana, and I am going to encourage all of you to do the same. Now, while all of you are going, oh my gosh, this girl has officially lost it, somebody called the psych ward, by the end of this podcast, I think you're going to be going, oh my gosh, Moana has changed my life too. And if you haven't seen it, put it on the list right now. Today's episode, as I mentioned, is going to be a little bit different. We are absolutely not going to be talking about funnels or pricing strategies or how to book your first event or anything having to do with business as it stands. Or really anything traditional that we typically do on this pod. Now, today we're going to be talking about a Disney movie. And listen, before you click away, just stay with me because what I'm about to share genuinely shifted something inside of me, and I think it's going to do the exact same for you. So here's what happened. It was a sunny day not that long ago, and I took my son to go see Moana. He had seen a preview of it when we had gone to see Toy Story 5, and I had not stopped hearing about, Mommy, I want to go see Moana. He's pretty young. He's only 3.5. The movies for him are a new thing. We kind of just started being able to sit through a movie. Moms, you know what I'm talking about. But it was just supposed to be a fun little movie day, okay? So the popcorn, the candy, cute mom-son afternoon. That is literally all that I was expecting, all right? But I was not prepared, ladies. I sat in that dark theater and I cried through, I am not exaggerating, like 70% of that movie. My son is looking over at me like, Mom, are you okay? Even he's so intuitive. At one point, he notices something's wrong with me. So he just 6 seats down, comes over to me, sits on my lap. I'm holding him. Tears are flowing into his hair, into my popcorn. I'm ugly crying, okay? But I'm like, I'm fine, buddy. I just really love this movie. Here's the thing. I was not fine. This movie was literally wrecking me, but in the most beautiful way. Because see, what the world sees, in my opinion, is a story about a girl who restores the heart of Tafiti, right? A cute little island adventure, probably making most just want to take a little trip to Hawaii. But here's what I saw. What hit me at a literal soul level was the entire journey of being a female entrepreneur, laid out scene by scene, and nobody told me that was coming, all right? So today, I'm going to break it all down. Why Moana is secretly, I'm putting this out there, put it on record, everybody, the most entrepreneurial movie Disney has literally ever made, and why every single woman chasing a dream needs to watch it. I don't care if you're watching the old cartoon or if we're rushing into the movie theater to watch the new one, which, by the way, is very good. Either way, I need you all to hone back in and watch it with a different lens, okay? So, let's start at the beginning here. Little baby Moana, then toddler Moana. She's on that beach and the ocean literally chooses her. It calls to her. If I had any singing voice at all, I would bust down tune because I love that song, although I feel like I know 3 of the words, but I hum along. It calls to her. And even though she's tiny, even though she doesn't understand it yet, she feels this pull, this magnetic, undeniable pull towards something bigger. But let's talk about that for a second, okay? Because every single one of you listening right now, you have felt that thing inside you that whispers, there's more. You are meant for more. Maybe it whispered to you while you were sitting in a cubicle. Maybe it whispered while you were folding laundry at 2 a.m., right? Maybe it whispered while you were scrolling Instagram watching someone else live the life that you desperately want. But that whisper, everybody, that is your ocean. For me, it was standing in my kitchen, 8 months pregnant, knowing that the rug had just been pulled out from under my family financially, right? And hearing that whisper say, you can fix this. You can build something. I did not have a plan. I didn't have a business degree that mattered in that moment, right? My degree was mass communications. It was doing nothing for me at this time. I had $2,000 and honestly, a gut feeling. But that, you guys, when I look back, that was my ocean calling me. Okay. And here's the thing about Moana, she doesn't ignore it. Even as a little girl, she keeps going back to the water, right? She can't help it. The pull is just too freaking strong. So your dream is pulling you for a reason. So I'm telling all of you listening to this right now, don't you dare ignore that. All right. Okay, but then what happens? This is going to resonate with so many of you. We talk about this all the time. Her dad, he shuts it down hard, right? No one goes beyond the reef. He's not a villain. He just loves her. He's trying to protect her, but his fear becomes her cage. Ooh, did anybody just get goosebumps from that? And oh my gosh, this one hit me because how many of us have people in our lives who love us, right? Like genuinely want the best for us, but their version of the best is safe. It's comfortable. It's the reef. So why would you leave your job? You're going to start a business in this economy? You're 8 months pregnant and you want to launch a charcuterie cart? Girl, just rest. Those are things I heard, right? I heard all of that. And none of it came from a bad place. I do know that. But here's what I've learned. Other people's fear is not your reality. Their reef is not your boundary, my friends. Moana's entire village had accepted life inside this reef. That was the norm, right? That was safe. And anybody who wanted to go beyond it was told that they were crazy. Sound familiar? Anybody? Because in the entrepreneurial world, you are the crazy one. You're the one who looks at a stable paycheck and says, but what if there's more? You're the one who stays up until midnight building something no one around you understands yet. You're Moana staring at that ocean while everyone behind you is saying, hey, stay on this island. But here's what's really beautiful, in my opinion, because even in that village full of stay safe and don't go out there, there's Grandma Tala, who looks at you and says, I see it too. Go, girl. She doesn't just believe in Moana, right? She actually fuels her, which you would be thinking, oh, Grandma should be keeping her safe. But no, she shows her the cave, the history, the boats. She shows her that her ancestors were voyagers, that this dream isn't crazy, that it's actually in her blood. Every single entrepreneur needs a Grandma Tala, in my opinion. And if you're listening to this and you don't think you have one, hi, I'm right here. That is literally why I do what I do. Because when I was building Social Grays with a newborn strapped to my chest, I had a couple of people in my corner who said, keep going. You're on to something. And those voices to me were louder than every single doubt I heard from other people. You don't need everyone to believe in you. That's something that you just got to accept right now. You just need the right people to believe in you. And sometimes you need to be your own Grandma Tala, dancing on the shoreline, saying, this is who I am. Okay, so now she's on the ocean. She made it past the reef. All of us had a little pit in our stomach during this point, right? She's doing the thing. And guess what happens? She wrecks. She crashes. She gets tossed around by storms. She doesn't know how to sail. She's fighting with Maui, who's supposed to be her guide, but is mostly just annoying her. Let's be real. Nothing is going according to plan at this point. One person out there, can you tell me that this is not entrepreneurship, right? How does this not sound familiar, everybody? Let me be real with you. My first year in business was me on the boat, okay? Getting rocked by every wave. Events that didn't go right. Pricing I got wrong. Marketing that flopped. Moments where I honestly thought, what the hell am I doing? Who am I to think that I could do this? But here's what Moana does that separates her from everybody else. She stays on that frickin' boat. She doesn't turn around. She adjusts. She learns. She fails. And then she tries a different way. I'm constantly talking about pivot, 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 right? That's the game, friends. Entrepreneurship is not about never failing. Do not think that that's what it's about. It's about failing forward. It's about hitting a wave, getting knocked into the water, and climbing back on that boat every single time. Now, this is the scene that broke me down. This is where, well, one of many times that I lost it in that theater that day. There's a moment where Moana is just freaking done. The ocean has taken a beating on her. Maui left her, right, all by herself with Hey, our friend Hey. She lost the heart. She's alone in the middle of the ocean, and she literally says to the water, just choose someone else. Please choose someone else. I felt that in my bones because I've been there. I have sat on my couch at the end of a day where everything went wrong, where I was freaking exhausted, where I felt like a fraud, where I was sick of the hustle. And I thought, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I should just let someone else do this. I watched this movie at a time, actually, when I was feeling exactly that. Tired, worn out, questioning everything, and watching Moana break down in the middle of the ocean. I wasn't watching a cartoon anymore, guys. I felt like I was sitting there watching myself. Honestly, I could tear up right now. And then Grandma Tallest Spirit appears. She's back. She's a gorgeous, glowing manta ray, right? And she doesn't say, you have to keep going. She says, I will be with you whatever you decide. No pressure, no guilt, just love. And then she asks the most important question in the entire movie. Do you know who you are? Chills. I just got chills. And Moana remembers. She remembers every single moment that brought her to this point. The little girl who was called by the ocean, the voyager blood in her veins, the dream that wouldn't let her go. And she picks that heart back up and she goes. That's the moment, you guys. That's the moment that separates the women who build empires from the women who almost did. It's not that the successful entrepreneurs don't want to quit, because trust me, we literally all want to quit at some point. The difference is we answer that question. Do you know who you are? And we remember why we started over and over again. And then comes the finale. And I need you to really hone in here and hear me on this part. Moana faces Te Kā, this frickin' terrifying lava monster blocking her path. Everyone's fighting it, right? Maui's swinging his hook. It's chaos and fire and fear. And what does our friend Moana do? She walks toward it calmly, gently, because she sees what no one else can see. That Te Kā isn't a monster. Te Kā is Te Fiti. Without her heart, though, she's just hurt. She's been broken and she's turned the pain into rage and fire. She looks at this thing that everyone is running from and she says, this is not who you are. You know who you are. I'm actually getting chills and tearing up. Apparently, I should be like the advocate and the spokesperson for Moana. Okay, seriously though, because how many of us have turned our pain into walls? How many of us have let rejection, failure, financial hardship, doubt, how many of us have let those things harden us throughout the years? Turn us into our own version of Te Kā, right? Look at yourself as that fiery, angry lava monster. And then someone comes along, a mentor, a coach, maybe a friend, a podcast episode you listen to on your morning walk, and they see through the fire. They see the real you. The woman with the dream, the woman who started for a reason. When Moana restores that heart, Te Kā transforms back into Te Fiti and the whole island blooms. Life comes back. Color comes back. Everything is restored. That, you guys, is what happens when you push through. When you don't let yourself quit. When you remember who you are and you keep going. The ending is more beautiful than you could have ever imagined, right? So I'm going to give you a Moana challenge today. I need you to summon your inner Moana. I need you to listen to that calling, that whisper that won't leave you alone. I need you to sail past the reef, even when everyone else tells you to stay. I need you to stay on the boat when the storms come. And trust me when I tell you, they will come. I need you to pick the heart back up when you want to quit. And I need you to walk toward the fire because on the other side of it is the most beautiful version of your own life. I started my business with $2,000, a toddler at home, and a baby on the way. I served my first event 3 days before giving birth, and it was a long haul getting that business started. I built this thing with chaos and faith and stubborn, relentless belief that my dream was actually worth chasing. And girl, let me tell you that your dream is worth chasing too. So I'm going to leave you with this. The next time life gets hard, the next time you want to quit, the next time someone tells you you're crazy, I want you to ask yourself Grandma Tala's question. Do you know who you are? Because I know who you are. You're a voyager. You're a builder. You are a woman who was called by the ocean and brave enough to answer. I ask all of you this. Girl, why not you? I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Have a great day. If something in this episode made you sit up a little straighter or dream a little bigger, don't ignore it. That's your future nudging you. I'm living proof that you can start messy, start scared, start in the worst timing, and still create something beautiful. Thank you for listening to Girl, Why Not You? Now go take one small step towards the life you've been craving. Hit subscribe, leave a review if you feel called, and share this with someone who's ready for more.